Hi, and welcome back to Finding Your Purpose. Where are your questions tonight? The question tonight is: are your hopes too big or your dreams too small? Remember, when you find your purpose, you don't have to live in isolation anymore. You can be connected. And I want you to know that you can be blessed and connected. Remember, you are built to thrive. And tonight, we'll be talking about finding your purpose. This broadcast is sponsored by Built to Thrive. And when you are built to thrive, you find community, you gain connections, and you experience compassion. Please feel free to go to the website www.builttothrive.me. I'm so excited to be able to share with you about finding your purpose and joining with you. I want you to know today, not only do you not have to live in isolation, but you can live in connection with other people. And my question today is: are your hopes too big or are your dreams too small? There's some people who have some big hopes and dreams and grandiose things, and they really want to get to the next level. They really want to soar and fly and go places they've never been before, almost like Superman without a cape. Well, that's really cool, and I think that's really great. But the question is, do you believe in your own dreams? And there's some people who want other people to exert the energy, the effort, and the intellect without even believing in their own dreams. And some people want other people to believe for them that they can do it. And some people today, by virtue of how they've been raised or how they've been enculturated into life, that they want everybody to do stuff for them. But I want you to know you got to claim this one for yourself, baby. This ain't for nobody else but you. But sometimes you might feel that your hopes are too big. But I would suggest to you today that your dreams might be too small. Some of your dreams might be too small because you don't really understand everything that you're asking for. Some of you really want big stuff, but you don't even know why you want the big stuff. And I want you to know today that I want to give you the magic formula, not the magic formula, but the formula for asking, for getting answers to your prayers. I want you to know this comes from, and this is for anybody who's in business or leadership or CEO or somebody who's trying to go from high school to college. You might have kids, might have come in and dropped out and come back. Listen, it ain't too big. Are your hopes too big? Or are your dreams too small? I want you to know you got to start building up those dreams. And I want to let you know today, Matthew chapter 21, verse 22 says, all things, not just some things, but all things, whatever you ask, believing it, you have to receive, you will receive it. And I want you to know today, there's some prayers that you pray without even believing them. And you got to stop doing that. Stop today. Stop right now. Stop praying about stuff that you don't even believe yourself, because when you don't believe it, ain't nobody else gonna believe it. I want you to know that there are also some prayers that you pray hoping that God will do for you what you can do for yourself. Oh God, would you please bless me with a new vice president, or would you please bless me with a new administrative assistant? Would you please bless me with a new financial advisor? And what God is really trying to do for you is to give you the courage to have those transparent, open conversations and be vulnerable enough with people to tell them why you're not liking their performance, why you're not agreeing with their decision-making process, why why the engagement scores are so low. It's because you've been afraid to have that courage. So stop asking God to do for you what you need. Everybody's not going to get sick. Everybody ain't going to die. I remember when I was in school, I used to want my teacher to be sick every day, but realizing now that that was not really a good prayer to pray, because sometimes, especially on test day, would they just be late and send a substitute teacher in? Yeah, that was my prayer, and I know it was yours too. But the reality is, when we start believing in our own dreams, we'll realize that nothing is too big or too small to bring to God. Nothing is too big or too small to bring to God. What I need you to do is to share, ask somebody else to subscribe to this journey, because we're going to be finding our purpose, realizing that there's bigger, there's greater, but there's also some inner work that we have to do in order to go to the levels where God has designed for you to go. Listen, I used to pray prayers only believing and thinking that there are only certain things that people who align themselves up with the creator could do. Yeah, they could only be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse. Listen, guess what? God could be calling you to go into the Senate. He could be calling you to run for public office wherever your locale is. He could be calling you to start that business. He could be calling you to step out of that business and conglomerate, be a bigger conglomerate, and know that you don't have to be by yourself. Guess what? When you start walking, God will start leading. And I'm telling you, when you start believing that God can do anything, the doors, the pathways will be open. I was tempted not to talk about spiritual things, but when you find your purpose, it is connecting with what God has already put inside of your heart to do. And I want you to know that it's cool to connect with what God has created you to do. Listen, please, 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 for more inspiration, information, and encouragement, please go to my website, www.builttothrive.me. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. And we're building a network, a community where we find community, gain connections, and experience compassion. Remember that surviving is necessary to stay in this world, but thriving is optional. You are built to thrive. Remember to share someone with this broadcast, finding your purpose. And remember, when finding your purpose, you don't have to live in isolation anymore. Just as a recap, there's some prayers we don't pray believing, but I want you to know today, you can claim this, put this down, write this, text this to somebody else. All things, whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. I'm so excited to be able to be with you again. Remember, nothing is too big or too small to bring to God, but do you believe in your dreams? Are your hopes too big or are your dreams too small? Ooh, I want you to know today that when you find your purpose, you don't have to live in isolation, but please encourage somebody else to join this study. Please go ahead and check out the book on Amazon.com. The book is 5 Minutes on Purpose, and you'll be able to get